What's up, YouTube? It's James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this nice, sunny, warm Tuesday. I'm doing real good myself. I come across this particular story right here that happened in Miami Dade County. I think it was over the weekend or what have you. And yeah, a 12-year-old boy was actually raped and shot in the face, okay, and left for dead. This is a video right here that explains basically what happened to him, and then we're going to get into the commentary.
Now to the story that shocked all of South Florida. A 12-year-old boy raped and shot in Miami-Dade.
Yeah, and the dangerous criminal is still out there tonight, and we want to warn you that some of the images you're about to see may be hard to watch.
Tonight we're learning the boy snuck out of his house to hang out with friends and never told his parents.
He's still recovering in the hospital. NBC6's Laura Rodriguez joins us live now with the new information this evening. Laura.
Well, this crime is just sickening, and police tell us that the suspect had the child locks on, so this boy could not escape.
A bullet would have gone a millimeter in either direction, and this boy would have lost his life right there on that scene.
Covered in blood and in pain, this 12-year-old boy survived to tell police his terrifying story. According to detectives, the child snuck out of his house to meet with friends. On his walk back home around 2 to 3 a.m. Saturday, he was approached by the suspect.
The 12-year-old boy put pillows on his bed, covered him up with the bed sheet to make it seem like there's a body sleeping there. In the event the parents were to check into his room.
The victim told police the man forced him into his car and then sexually assaulted him at an empty lot near Northwest 45th Street and 31st Avenue. The suspect shot the boy in the face and pushed him out of the car.
He had lost his sight, and he was using his touch to find his way around trying to seek help.
Johnny responded to his cry for help and led him to Foodland Market.
I only saw him. He was screaming, "Help, somebody help me, please, please, please." So I brought him to the store where they could call the police for him.
Police are now hoping the community will come together to identify the suspect.
The only description the victim was able to provide us at this point is the fact that he's a Hispanic male, 30 to 40 years of age, long curly hair.
Police say this man is brazen. They do not want any other children in danger. If you know anything at all about this case, if you recognize something suspicious, if you live in the area and happen to have cameras, police need to hear from you, and you can always remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS. Reporting live in Doral outside police headquarters, I'm Laura Rodriguez, NBC6 News.
Well, the community came together and they caught the motherfucker who did this sick shit, you know, and that is a good thing. Message to the kids out there, you know, the preteens, the teenagers, all of you. Don't be disobedient to your parents. Don't be sneaking out of the house, because see, when you do things like this, you open the door for bad things to come your way and happen to you, just like it did with this young fella right here. It's a damn shame that we have. I'm not going to call this person a man. I'm not going to even embarrass an animal by calling him an animal. But just low kernel forms of life that's dwelling in our communities across this entire country that would do things like this to a child. To a child. Not only to a child, but even to an adult. See, if we were actually following the ways of the Most High that He set before us, we wouldn't have this kind of thing, because see, we would put to death low-life predators like this that would dare harm our women, our children, and even men. You know, let's get into this story right here. It says, man charged in weekend assault shooting of 12-year-old boy in Miami-Dade. Police say the boy snuck out of his house and was heading back home when the incident happened. All right. It goes on to say here, this is a video of them catching the bastard. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to read the story first, okay? Exclusive video shows officers taking a man into custody and a large Miami-Dade police presence Monday night in Overtown in connected to the abduction, sexual assault, and shooting of a 12-year-old boy over the weekend. Police arrested 43-year-old Alex Sebastian and charged him with several counts, including sexual battery with a deadly weapon, kidnapping, and attempted murder. He was booked into Miami-Dade jail earlier Tuesday morning. All right. The incident happened around 2:30 a.m. Saturday as the boy was walking in an area of Northwest 43rd Terrace and 30th Avenue when he was approached by a man in a black four-door sedan, Miami-Dade police official said. The man forced the boy inside the vehicle and drove him to an empty lot in the area of Northwest 45th Street and 31st Avenue, where he was sexually assaulted in the back seat of the car. At a news conference Monday, Miami-Dade police spokesman Alvaro Zabaleta said the child locks had been activated on the car, which prevented the boy from getting out. So, obviously this ain't the first time this piece of shit done this, man. Zabaleta said the boy eventually fought the man off. Then the man shot him in the face and pushed him out of the car. The boy couldn't see, but was found wandering by a good Samaritan on a bicycle who led him to a nearby business where they called 911. Surveillance footage, as we watched in the video, surveillance footage from the business showed the boy covered in blood and collapsing to the ground before police officers arrived. The boy says he couldn't see at the time. He had lost his sight and he was using his touch to find his way around, trying to seek help, Zabaleta said. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue responded to the scene and transported the boy to Jackson Memorial Hospital, Riders Trauma Center, in critical condition. And this is the piece of shit who did this. It was allegedly did it. I think he did it. Because I saw another story where basically DNA was linked, that they got off of the boy to this piece of shit right here. And like I said, more than likely, this is not his first go around to the point to where he's done this to, somebody else in the community, man. In conclusion, here it says Zabaleta said the boy was stable and recovering Monday, but said if the bullet would have gone a millimeter in either direction, the boy could have lost his life. He still has a long way ahead as far as his recovery is concerned, Zabaleta said. It's devastating to know that this individual, not only did he have to live the traumatic incident of being sexually assaulted, but then at the same time being shot in the face. Damn. Zabaleta also said the boy had snuck out of his house to visit friends without telling his parents and had left pillows on his bed in case his parents checked up on him. He was on his way back home from his friend's house when he was approached by the suspect, Zabaleta said. Well, it's a shame that this happened to this young man, young fella, But like I said, it's best not to do things like this, you know what I mean? Stay home, stay indoors, because you got some sick, low-life pieces of shit like this roaming in your community. You see. And it's too bad that we rely on police departments to do what we're supposed to be doing, to tell you the truth, because if we know people that's in our community that's doing things like this to our children, well, it's our place to make sure that they don't ever hurt anybody else or our children ever again. And that's what it all boils down to. All right. Let's check out this video when they caught the bastard.
We have some breaking news this morning and can now confirm that this man has been taken into custody at the Miami Dade jail overnight and is a suspect in a brutal crime against a 12-year-old child.
That man is connected to the sexual assault and shooting of a 12-year-old boy over the weekend.
For the very latest, we want to get out live to NBC6 reporter Julie Leonardi, who's live at the jail with these exclusive details. Big development here from overnight, Julie.
Yeah, Constance and Chris, absolutely. Good morning, you too. This just happened moments ago. That man was actually brought in to this jail behind me moments ago here in Miami-Dade. And we're talking about 43-year-old Alex Santiesteban. He has been charged with sexual battery with a deadly weapon causing serious injury, kidnapping, and attempted felony murder. Now, as I just said, he was arrested earlier this morning and brought here to the jail in Miami-Dade. This is that video we shot moments ago showing that suspect being brought into this jail earlier this morning. Now, this is another piece of video that you'll only see here on NBC6. This is that same man that we told you about that was arrested and charged in this case, that tall man with curly hair, Alex Santiesteban. He was being taken into police custody near Northwest 12th Street and Northwest 3rd Avenue. That was captured last night. Now, we now know this is that same suspect who has just been arrested and charged in this case. You can also see on the scene there his black four-door car being towed away as well. Now, investigators, they say a 12-year-old boy was taken, sexually assaulted in a car, and then shot. Police in Miami-Dade, they did give us more information about this case yesterday before this man was arrested. They say the boy snuck out of his house and walked nearly 2.5 miles to see his friends. Now, on his way back around 3 a.m. Saturday morning near 30th Avenue and Northwest 43rd Terrace, that man was forced that child into the car, activated the child locks, then drove him a few blocks away where police say he sexually assaulted the boy and then shot him.
That bullet would have gone a millimeter in either direction and this boy would have lost his life.
Now, again, that initial surveillance video that we first showed you, that was from a nearby convenience store that shows that boy just covered in blood, collapsing on the ground. A Good Samaritan actually led that boy to the store where folks there were calling 911, getting that boy the help he needed. The police yesterday, they were passing out flyers. They were working this case. Of course, they have now made an arrest. They also said because of those gunshot wounds, that boy actually lost his sight. He was using touch to navigate around early that morning to find help. Luckily, he eventually did find that Good Samaritan that did help him. Now, once again, that man, 43-year-old Alex Santiesteban, has been arrested. He's been charged in this case with several counts that I mentioned earlier this morning. Now, later on today, we will work to get more information about this case from police. But for now, we're live here in Miami-Dade. Julie Leonardi, NBC6 News.
Well, like I said, it's a good thing that the community came together and identified this piece of shit and put him behind bars, but that's not good enough because if they're going to, slap him on the wrist, I don't know, get 5 to 10 years or something like that and then let him back out, guess what he's going to do again? Guess what he's going to do again? The fucker going to do the same thing that he did to this young man there, this 12-year-old fella. He's going to do the same thing. See? So basically, like I said, if we did things the way the Most High would have us do things, we won't have these kind of problems in our communities. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this story right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, your views and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.